How to use your JBL soundbar. In this video, I'll show you everything about it. How to connect it to your TV, how to connect it to a subwoofer if it's not already connected, how to use these buttons, and also how to use all the buttons of the remote control. So let's get started right away. Let me show you how to connect it to your TV using an HDMI cable. First step is to go on the back of the JBL soundbar. On the back of your soundbar, you may have more than one HDMI port. This model over here has two, HDMI in and also HDMI out TV ARC. This is the one that you need to use. HDMI out, the one that says TV ARC, or maybe yours doesn't say TV ARC. If you only have one HDMI port, well, just connect the cable in that one. So I'll plug one side of this over there and the other one, well, we need to go on the back of the TV. This over here is an LG TV. Maybe yours is different. The HDMI ports are on the back on this side. I have two of them. Maybe your TV has four or even five. What you need to do is to look out for the HDMI ports that says EARC or ARC. In my case, it's HDMI number 2, but maybe on your TV it's the number 1 or the number 4. So go ahead and connect the cable in that specific HDMI. Now turn on your soundbar and turn on your TV. You will need to put the soundbar into HDMI mode. So if you go on the top, you see these buttons, this is the source selector button. By pressing on it, you'll be able to see HDMI at a point. You have Bluetooth and other ones, well, you should see HDMI. Next, on the TV, it didn't turn on, let me turn on now. You're going to press the settings button. Depending on the TV brand you have, it may be slightly different, but on this one, I need to go over here where it says sound out, select it, and make sure that HDMI ARC is the one selected. You'll have many options. By selecting HDMI ARC, you're making sure that the sound goes out of the HDMI directly in your soundbar. And since you have connected in the ARC port, what does it mean is that, you see, this is my LG TV remote control. Every time I turn off the TV, it also turns off the soundbar. I don't have to use the remote control of the soundbar anymore, and I don't have to touch these buttons anymore. I can control the on-off setting of the soundbar simply by using the TV remote control. Same thing for the volume. If this is the TV remote control again, if I press volume up, you see it goes up on the soundbar. The TV controls the soundbar. Now there's also a few different options you may want to change in case you don't get any sound. Let me just go back into the settings of this LG TV. So by going into the advanced settings, all settings, sound, advanced settings, you may have a few different options that you can change, including select HDMI input, audio format. Over here, you see you have HDMI 1, PCM. Well, if it doesn't work, try Bitstream, or sometimes you also have Dolby or other options in case you don't get any sound. If you get sound, just don't touch anything, just start using your soundbar and everything should be good. Now let me show you how to use the remote control. Maybe your remote control has a bit different buttons, or maybe it has less buttons on this one. Still, what I will show you next will apply to your model as well. And by the way, if you have lost your remote, I'll put links towards Amazon where you can get a replacement. So let's start with the top. we have the power button, obviously. Now, one thing that surprised many people is every time they want to shut down and they expect the soundbar to turn off, it simply say stand by. And stand by simply means that the soundbar is off, so you don't need to press on it anymore. Then we have the mute button. So at any moment, if you want to mute the sound, you press on it. Let me just demonstrate over here. You may see the display. Once you press, it will say mute, and you will know that that's why there is no sound. Next, we have TV button. TV can mean two different things. First of all, this will switch to the input that is the HDMI in, okay, whatever is plugged here. Or if there is nothing connected over here, it will switch to optical. So it will always prioritize any devices that are connected in the HDMI in. And if there's nothing, well, it will go optical. This is why it's called TV, because most people will connect their TV in one of these two inputs. Then we have Bluetooth. In case you want to pair your phone or your computer, or even some TVs have Bluetooth, and if you don't want to have any wires coming out of the soundbar, well, this is a great way to do it. If you want to pair a device, you simply have to press this Bluetooth button and it will enter Bluetooth pairing mode. Then we have HDMI. HDMI will simply let you listen to whatever is coming in the HDMI in. So comparing to the TV button, that can also act as an optical button. In this case, when you press HDMI, it is only the HDMI in input that you'll hear. Then under, we have the Dolby logo. This is to switch between the virtual Dolby Atmos sound effects on and off. So you cannot set any effects really, it's just an on and off button. Under it, we have bass. The bass button, well, it will simply add more bass or subtract. If I press on it, you see high, low, and mid. On this model, you only have 3 different choices, but on some JBL models, you can actually have 5 different levels of bass. So you're going to see level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on your model. Then if we go right over here, caliber, okay, this is to make a sound calibration. Depending on how your room is placed, the soundbar will do a small test and find out the best way to set up the speakers, the internal speakers, so it sounds the best in the room you are. Usually you just press once after you install the soundbar and you don't touch this button anymore in the future. Over here we have a heart button, and this has to do with the JBL One app. Not every soundbar are compatible with the JBL One app, but if yours is, in this case, by pressing this button, you're going to access directly the playlist or speaker settings that you have personalized. I don't have the app, so I cannot show it to you, but this is what it does. Again, not many people will even download the app, so maybe it's a button you'll never touch. Over here, you have the play pause button. Actually, it can do a bit more things. So if you have connected a USB device right over here, or if you have connected a Bluetooth device like a phone and you don't want to have your phone in your hand, with this button, by pressing it once, you can play or pause whatever was playing. If you double press it, you can go to the next track. And if you triple press it quickly, 1, 2, 3, it will go to the previous track. So that's how you control your music. They only give you 1 button. Sometimes other brands give you 3 buttons, but this is how you do. And finally, we have the volume up and volume down button. Pretty self-explanatory. Let's take a moment and look at the ports that are on the back of your soundbar. So, yep, you have the power port. Then we have the optical port, which means that you can connect the soundbar using an optical cable to your TV. I have made a separate video if you're interested in this. Then you have a USB port. You can use a USB drive if you want to listen to music like MP3 files. They say that this is only available in North America, so I'm not sure everywhere in the world your soundbar will be able to read your music, but this is one way. This USB port can also be used to update the soundbar with a USB stick. And then we have HDMI in and HDMI out. As you know, HDMI out is if you want to connect it to a TV in the ARC port. HDMI in is if you want to connect, for example, an Xbox, maybe a DVD player, or I don't know, a Nintendo Switch. Since the soundbar is using one of yours HDMI port in the back of the TV, it will give you an additional one over here. So if you don't have enough space on the back of your TV, you can connect any devices over here, and the video will go through the soundbar, will come out over here, and will go directly in the TV, and the sound will come out of the soundbar. You're not obligated to use it. Not many people use it. I want to show you how to connect a JBL subwoofer to a JBL soundbar, or how to reconnect them in case they got disconnected. So the first step is to obviously turn on your soundbar. So press, oops, it was already turned on. I'll press again on the power button until you see hello. Make sure both of these are connected to the power source. On the back of the subwoofer, you're gonna notice there is one of these buttons with this icon. Maybe your button will be on the top. Mine is over here. You're gonna keep it pressed until it starts flashing white. So let me do it. I'm keeping it pressed. Okay, it's flashing white. I can release the button. The subwoofer is now in pairing mode. You're gonna take the remote control of the soundbar. You're gonna keep press this bass button. Keep it pressed until you see subwoofer, and then switch and press once on the minus button. And it will say subwoofer connected. As you see, connected. And this is it. The blinking white light will stop blinking. It simply means that it's now paired with the soundbar. Now, if your remote control doesn't have a bass button, sometimes you need to keep press the dim display button instead. This one doesn't have it, but maybe your JBL remote control have a dim display button. Same thing, keep it pressed, and after you see subwoofer, press the minus button that is on the remote. Unfortunately, I don't know any way on how to do it directly on the soundbar if you have lost the remote. I want to show you how to connect your phone, Android or iPhone, to your JBL soundbar so you can enjoy music streaming directly from your device using Bluetooth. So the first step obviously is to, well, power on your JBL soundbar. You don't need the remote control. What I will show you next can be done with the remote control or with the buttons on the device itself. So let's start from the beginning. Let's say the soundbar is off, I turn it on, and now I need to press this button right over here until I see BT pairing, Bluetooth pairing. So you see, if I press on it, it switches between HDMI, TV, and then Bluetooth pairing. You can do the same exact thing using the remote control, but this time it has a Bluetooth button directly on it, so you don't have to shuffle through different options. So at this point, maybe you see BT pairing, maybe you do not see it. If you don't see it, it means another device is currently connected to the soundbar. You don't have to disconnect the other device. If it's not in pairing mode, you can put it in pairing mode by simply going in Bluetooth and then keeping press this button until it enters pairing mode. Same thing over here. You can keep press this Bluetooth button for like 4 or 5 seconds and it will enter in pairing mode if it's not already there. Now simply go on your phone into the Bluetooth settings, the same way you're doing it usually to pair any Bluetooth device. This is an Android, but as I said, on iPhone is the same thing. And under available devices, okay, under everything, you should see your JBL soundbar. Tap on it, select pair, and as you just heard, it got paired, and the device name will be on the display of the soundbar. Now I can simply open any music file, any movie I wish to listen to. As you listen, made by X Sense. This is one of my video, and as you see, I can control the volume of the soundbar using the buttons on the smartphone. This will also work with any computers if you prefer doing that. But yeah, overall this is it. I hope this was useful. Once you're done, by the way, you can simply disconnect yourself from the soundbar on your phone, or if you don't want to do this on your phone, you can simply go over here and select another source. So go in HDMI. If you have a TV connected to the soundbar this way, you'll be able to listen to music or sounds from another source. So this is about it. If you found this video helpful, take a look at the description of this video. I have put a link towards Amazon if you want to purchase this exact model. This is the Deep Bass version 2. I really like it. Check it out over there. I'll also put links towards other soundbars. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.